In the last episode, I completed every RobTop level, earning me 57 achievements. But for today's episode, I will collect every coin in all 21 RobTop levels. Some of the coins in these levels are absolutely insane and ended up taking me hundreds of attempts to collect. So starting off in Stereo Madness, wait, I already have all the coins. That's because in the last video, I collected 30 coins during my first playthrough. But those were the 30 easiest coins. The coins from now on are only going to get harder and harder. So that means I can skip Stereo Madness and move on to Back on Track. For this level, I have to collect the first and last coin. So the first coin is pretty interesting because to collect it, you have to do some pretty advanced stuff, especially considering that this is only the second level in the game. And then the third coin was nothing special. Just like that, 2 coins in only 1 attempt. That brings our total to 32 coins. Next up was Polargeist, and I had to collect the third coin. But this coin is actually very hard because it requires some insane timing. So on the next attempt, I was now more prepared and successfully collected the coin and beat the level. Easy coin, that brings our total to 33. But next up was Dryout, and I collected 0 coins during my first playthrough. But once I beat this level with all coins, I'll be at 36 coins, which will earn me an achievement, as there's an achievement for every 5 coins you collect. But Dryout's first coin literally makes no sense, because how was I even supposed to know that there's a coin here without looking at a tutorial? Thankfully, the second coin is easy to spot, but the third coin requires you to fly through a really tight area. But only a couple of minutes later, I was able to collect all 3 coins and beat the level. Nothing is secret. Collect 70 secret coins. So the reason why I popped an achievement for collecting 70 coins instead of 35 is because after the last episode, I completed some map packs which earned me another 35 coins, but I'm saving the map packs for episode 3 of this series. So from now on, instead of saying I have 36 out of the 63 coins, we'll say I have 71 out of the 98 coins. Anyways, next up was Base After Base, and I had to collect the last 2 coins. Base After Base's second coin is so weird because you have to do this really scuffed jump then hit a ton of portals. But thankfully, Base After Base's third coin is really easy, as all you have to do is hold during this ship section. And just like that, another 2 coins in only 1 attempt, bringing our total to 73. Next up was Can't Let Go, and I had to collect 2 coins. For the first coin, all I had to do was not jump on this platform, and the third coin required me to do an early jump. I honestly thought these starter coins were going to be harder. And just like that, I beat the level in only 2 attempts. Finders Keepers, collect 75 secret coins. Next up was Jumper, and I only had to collect the third coin, and it was really easy to collect. Now next up was supposed to be Time Machine, but I've already collected all 3 coins, so that means next up was Cycles. Even though I only have to collect 1 coin, I ended up struggling a lot on this level. I personally found Cycles' third coin very hard because you have to do this really awkward parkour. But after 22 attempts in over 10 minutes, I was finally able to collect the coin and beat the level, bringing our total to 78 coins. But next up was X-Step, and if you watched the last episode, you'll know that I tried to collect X-Step's second coin for over an hour, but constantly failed. But today, I'm going for my redemption. However, my first few attempts were not looking good, and I died at least 10 times in a row. Eventually, I was able to collect it, but I must have gone nervous because I died almost instantly after. A couple of attempts later, I was able to collect the coin again and pass the part where I died. But remember, I have to collect 2 coins. But as you'll see, I actually skipped X-Step's third coin and went on to beat the level, meaning I've now secured this coin. The reason why I did this is because the third coin is hard to collect, and I didn't want to risk dying and having to collect the second coin again. But to my surprise, I was able to collect the third coin on one of my first attempts and beat the level. The Golden Rule, 80 secret coins. Next up was Clutterfunk, but I collected 0 coins during my first playthrough, and that's because Clutterfunk has some of the hardest coins in the game. So the first coin requires you to do some insane flying between these spikes. Like but remember, I still had to collect the third coin. While I was looking at the guide, I saw that the third coin looked pretty easy to get, so I made the decision to try to collect it, risking dying and having to recollect the second coin. But before I even reached the spot to collect the third coin, this happened. What? How did I even die there? On the exact next attempt, this happened. Yo, first try? Oh my gosh. Robin Hood, collect 85 secret coins. Next up was supposed to be Electroman Adventures, but I've already collected all 3 coins, so that means next up was Club Step. For this level, I had to collect the last 2 coins. Now going into this, I knew that this was going to take a long time. In the last video, it took me over 4 hours to beat Club Step, but to beat Club Step with all 3 coins, this is going to be a serious challenge. But after only a couple of attempts, this happened. What? I was doing so well, bro. But not even 10 minutes later, I got this even more insane attempt. Come on, please. What? How did I die? I swear I clicked. What? How did I die? I swear I clicked. But then it started to all go downhill. For the next hour, I continuously died in the ship section around the 87% mark. But after about an hour and a half, I was finally starting to get attempts where I passed the ship section. No! Like, but then the worst thing possible happened. My footage glitched. For some reason, my footage was stuck on this screen. So to sum up what happened when my footage was glitched, I died trying to collect the last coin, which by the way is at 95% over 3 different times. In total, it took me 3 hours to collect all 3 coins. So you guys are just gonna have to trust me that I didn't cheat. At least like and subscribe so that I can afford a better PC so that my footage doesn't glitch anymore. Anyways, next up was electrodynamics, and I only had to collect the last coin. But after only 15 I've never built a level in Geometry Dash, but today I'm attempting to build a rate-worthy level as my first ever level. Normally, it takes skilled creators months to build a rated level, but I don't have that much time, so I'm going to attempt to build the level in only 1 week. At the end of the video, I'll be giving you to make it to at least 90 things. Like you can complete the same level twice and get stars. Welcome back to episode 3 of my journey of collecting every Steam achievement in Geometry Dash. In the last episode...
Alright guys, excuse me.
Is there a bakery back there? I taste delicious. While I was finishing my delicious... Hurry, go! Come on!
Enough? They only have a few seconds left. Oh no, they're coming.
Hey, I found it! Hey, there he is!
Alright, let's go.
We found you! It's time to face your extreme punishment!
Well, a deal is a deal.
Let's go!
But there's one thing. You guys ran out of time. We win, let's go! And now you guys have to be nice.
No!
Oh, please. This is my car, and the moment I step into it, I'm not allowed to leave until I've eaten at every single drive-thru in my area.
And since there's many fast food restaurants with drive-thrus, I'll be spending a lot of time eating, peeing, and sleeping in my car.
But first, there's some rules.
Rule number 1, I can't step out of my car under no circumstances until this challenge is finished. And rule number 2, I must eat a minimum of 1,000 calories before after.
I never want to have another chocolate chip cookie again. I have to lie down for a couple hours. That was too much food.
Shortly after.